What is up, you guys? So we got an exciting video today. So I'm gonna be going over to my friend Josh's house, who is a reseller as well. Josh was actually the one that got me into reselling in the first place. He's been reselling for about a year and a half longer than I have. But the guy is super smart and super knowledgeable when it comes to sourcing and looking at items that have value. So we're gonna go over and look at one of his recent finds, which he got a video game bundle that was crazy. I think he paid $250 for it, and I think he was saying the estimated value might be anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500, maybe even 2,000. I don't know. We haven't really looked through all of the systems and games yet, so we're gonna go check that out. But first, we gotta drop stuff off at the post office. What's up, you guys? My name is Sean.
I'm Josh.
And our part-time job is reselling things online. Today we're going to be going over one of Josh's most recent finds, and we're going to see how much money he made off it. So I'm going to turn over to Josh and let him talk about everything he got today and his strategy he used to get the haul. So, Josh.
Okay, guys, it's good to be with Sean today. Just collaborating together and figuring out some strategies of how to best maximize your profit when you're doing eBay, Amazon. It doesn't really matter because the name of the game is making profit to the best of your ability. And so I want to talk a little bit about that today and share some strategy techniques that I've learned over the course that I've been doing eBay. Hopefully it'll make a difference in your business, in your eBay store, whatever you may be doing. I started out focusing on garage sales, probably like everybody else. They're really hit and miss, especially where we live in North Texas. You'll go to 5-10 garage sales and you may find a few things. But you spend a lot of time, you spend a lot of gas, you spend a lot of time researching the garage sales ahead of time to figure out which ones are the best garage sales to go to. And so you spend a lot of time and resources that you could be doing something else to maximize your profit while you're spending all of this time going to garage sales and you're not making anything, spending so much money and of your time, going to all of these garage sales. And sometimes, there may be you may go 20-30 miles out of your way and you arrive and somebody's already gotten all of the good stuff, and so you've spent an hour of your time and you're coming back home with your tail between your legs because you got snookered by somebody that was a little bit closer by. So what I have found and something that I've learned to do a little bit more recently is not just cut out garage sales. I definitely will still do garage sales. But here's a trick or a technique that may be to your advantage and something you may be interested in doing as well, and that is the power of the ask. For example, like on Facebook Marketplace, someone lists a retro game, let's say an NES game, Super Nintendo, N64 game, whatever it may be, and it just may be one game. And it may not even be a game that you're interested in. But what I will do is I will message that seller and I'll say, look, hey, I'm interested in your game. Would you happen to have any other games that you've just not listed or thought to list or something like that, or consoles, whatever? And a lot of the time they'll say, yeah, I've got other stuff I've not listed yet or things that I've not thought about listing. And that gets the ball rolling, and it's like, okay, well, shoot me some pictures and we'll see if we can make a deal here. And then there'll be other times when I'll find something on Facebook Marketplace not even related to video game or consoles. And I'll buy it and I'll arrive to their house and I'll just say, hey, you wouldn't by chance happen to have any video games or consoles that you're not using or not playing with anymore that you might be interested in selling? And they'll be like, as a matter of fact, I do. And that's happened time and time again. And so, it's a really good technique to maximize your time and maximize your profit.
And always gas.
And always gas, but also do that at garage sales. You go to a garage sale and they have nothing on the tables that interests you, that you think you can flip for a profit. Even at a garage sale where they have nothing of interest, still ask, because they may have it tucked away in a closet or attic somewhere that they've been keeping for 25 years that they forgot about. And when you trigger their mind and say, you would happen to have a Super Nintendo or N64 or whatever it may be, and they're like, oh, you know what, I do. And then here you are coming up and you're the guy that they're going to sell it to because all you did was ask. A lot of times, this is how you as an eBay seller will be able to be a little bit more successful than the other guy who's just driving around garage sales and thrift stores and spending half a day going all these places and coming back home with 3 little things. And so the name of the game is, what can I do to best benefit my time, especially like Sean and I, where we do this part-time, where we don't have all day to drive around and sourcing at 30 different places 3 hours away. You know, that's not how we can best maximize our time. So, you know, I look, okay, how can I best maximize my time? And, you know, I have found that this works more times than not. And it very well could help you as well. Okay, guys, so this is just a recent pickup that I did, like I was explaining to you before about, you know, the power of the ask. And, you know, somebody had posted something on Marketplace that I was interested in, and come to find out they'd already sold it. But it wasn't too late for me because I went in and said, well, you wouldn't happen to have anything else. And then, you know, here we have 17 consoles, not counting cords, controllers, and I think we'll show the games here in a little bit. But I paid $250 for everything. And here's another thing that I want to maybe help you out on is, if you're finding a lot that someone's maybe wanting to part with and it's not in the best pristine condition, number one, you have to realize that a lot of these consoles are like 30 years old, and so you're not going to find a collector that has taken perfect care of them. And so don't be afraid to go ahead and get the lot, because it may be dirty or it may not look the best, because that's where your work can come in, and cleaning it up a little bit. But this here is 17 consoles that came with the lot, not including the games and all the other stuff. So, you know, I paid $250 for everything, including games. 17 consoles, we've got, I mean, everything. The 64, a couple Segas, PS1, Super Nintendo, 4 NESs. But here's the thing, and here's another thing. These cardboard boxes, like 64 boxes and Sega boxes. This one right here I've got listed for $80. Why $80? Because it doesn't have a game. It's cardboard. People threw them out. They tore, they ripped. And so these here are actually really rare to have a box from a Sega or a 64 or SNES or NES, because they get thrown away. You know, you can imagine a 10-year-old kid opening it up for Christmas morning. I mean, he's ripping the box, he's throwing it away, and so they didn't last. They didn't survive 30 years of abuse. So be looking out for these cardboard boxes too. So like I said before, you know, I paid $250 for everything. Just the consoles themselves, you know, I've not yet cleaned them or listed them or anything. I just recently got them. Luckily the 64 has the expansion pack in there, so that's good. 4 Wii's. Probably lowball estimate around $800, $850, somewhere in that for just the consoles. So, but as a matter of fact, I mean, I will get $150 when these sell just for these 2 cardboard boxes. So, I mean, if you think about it, just these 2 boxes almost makes the whole lot. So, you just never know what you're going to find. Okay, guys, so the same lot, we're still on the same lot. I know it's crazy. But the guy was just wanting to get rid of it, and that's what you'll find is especially if it's a non-collector, somebody's just accumulated this stuff over the years, they're just wanting to get rid of it. I mean, it's taking up too much space when they can get a Nintendo Switch and play basically anything just on one console. So this is the result of all of that. These are the games that came with all of the consoles. I mean, we got 64 games, nothing too crazy, but a few good ones. A lot of PlayStation 2 games. That's probably what you're going to find more so than not, just because they made so many PlayStation 2 games. But what's crazy is I didn't get a PlayStation 2 console out of a lot, but all these games. Several Sega games complete in box, which is always cool. A bunch of Sega games, Xbox One, loose Sega games, some in the come with some cases with just the manual and case, which is all right. And then it come with the N64 box and manual, which is a nice add-in as well. It's not in the best of shape, but I mean, I've seen worse. But what I love about it is this was purchased, it has the date on here, 1997. How cool is that? December 15th, 1997. So you know someone bought it for their kid for Christmas. So that's kind of cool to have the date on there. But yeah, you know, again, we paid $250 for the whole lot. You know, about, you know, estimate $850 on the consoles or so. You know, I would add in another, man, $400 maybe. And that's probably a little bit on the low end. But, you know, you just never know what you're going to find out in the wild just because you're asking, do you have something else? And that's the beauty of it. And that's why it's so great. Because I didn't have to go to a single garage sale to get any of this. Just ask somebody on Facebook, hey, what you got?
All right, so obviously that is a crazy find. $250 for possibly $1,000 to $1,500 in profit. Like, how much do you think all of that, once you sell it all, like cords, games, consoles, everything, how much do you think that'll be worth?
You know, I'm hoping, you know, I'm just estimating because I've not tallied everything up, but, you know, just maybe lowballing it, hopefully $1,000, like you said, to a $1,200 profit.
Spending $250.
Yeah. So, you know, that's a good day. And, you know, of course, it's a little bit of work, but, you know, if you're scared of work, you don't need to be in eBay because you need to be self-motivated. You need to be a self-starter. And you can't be afraid to do a little bit of work because a lot of people think eBay, well, there's, you know, all you have to do is just list a few things a day. Well, it's a lot more to it than that. So don't be afraid of a little bit of work if you really want to get your eBay store to the max potential. So, you know, that's the advice I have. So
cool. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Josh, for letting me come over and show his amazing haul. And we'll see y'all in the next one. And that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and learned something in the process. Again, if you like the video and like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe and like the video down below.
Do it.
And we'll see y'all in the next one.